Before we sing, I want to tell you about one of the greatest witnesses I've ever seen in my life. 45 years ago, I began pastoring a church in Columbus. There was a young man, he and his mother sat on the front pew. And I think it was the first sermon that I ever preached there was I am set for the defense of the gospel. The young man had Down syndrome. The young man couldn't talk. But he loved God. While I was preaching, I'm telling you, he touched my heart. He was witnessing to me. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. And I'll tell you, half my sermon, I just kept looking at Brother Donny sitting there, feeding on the Word of God. Just delicious Word of God. And he and his mama was in a wheelchair. When they started out at the church, about the last ones out, probably were the last ones. Brother Donny started out the door of the church. I'm shaking their hands, you know. And Brother Donny said, "Wah!" He couldn't talk. But you know what he told me? I'm set for the defense of the gospel. As I was visiting their home, I kneel down to pray. I'd say the first time it happened, it shocked me. I said, let's have prayer. I knelt down, Brother Donny knelt down beside me with his mama's feet there. And I was fixing to pray. Brother Donny starts, and he would cry, and he would talk to God. And I couldn't understand him, and his mama couldn't understand him, but you know what he was being? He's been a great witness. The glory of God. They kept watching him on the last song every time. He kept wanting to go up there to join the church and be baptized. And his mama kept shaking her head no, shaking her head no. And I went and I said, Sister Taylor, why don't you let Donny join the church? She said, you don't think the church would take him, do you? My goodness, I almost slapped a woman across the back. I don't think I've ever been as bad as somebody that old. But I was upset. I said, what are you talking about? And she said, well, I don't know if he understands. I said, you don't think he understands? I said, he understands more than most people in the congregation. I said, Brother Donny, do you love the Lord? That's what. Brother Donny, do you want to join the church? He said, I'm telling you the truth now. You know what he was doing? Then his mama said this, Brother Billy, it won't work. I said, why not? Because he is scared to death of water. She said, from the time he was a little baby, I could not put him in a little tub of water. He would scream and jump. And I had to just sponge. She said, all his life, all I've been able to do is give him a sponge bath. She said, I've never been able to get him in a tub. Never been able to get him in a shower. Just give him a sponge bath. And I said, well, Donny, would you let me baptize you? Ooh, ooh, ah, yeah! So she finally got the message. She finally heard what he was saying. He united with the church, and that young man walked right down into that water, and he was shaking. He was shaking all over. I had him by the hand, helped him get down into the water. And he was trembling. You could just see the water shaking because he was trembling. But whenever I took him and took him down and came up out of that water, he just started screaming, shouting, and crying. And that man loved the Lord as much as any human I've ever known in my life. He was a great witness. He was a witness to that church. There wasn't a dry eye in that house that night when he came up out of the water. They saw the glory of God. If I've ever seen the glory of God shining, it was shining that night in church. If young man that can't even talk can be such a great witness as Brother Donny. If a young man that was never able to get married, never able to have a job, never able to do most of the things we're able to, never able to read, if that man can be such a great witness to God, do you realize how much more is required of us who have so much? To whom much is given, much is required. We have Bibles we can read. He couldn't read. We have Bibles we can read, we can study, we can learn, we can grow. And if we're not witnessing, did you know the devil has people doing a better job of witnessing than most Christians are today? And Christians who know the truth of God's Word, if we're not witnessing, God's going to hold us accountable for that. I pray God will help all of us. We realize what a privilege we have to be able to share the truth of God's holy Word. I've had a lot of people say, whenever I would be trying to teach them the truth, I've had a lot of people say, why hasn't anybody shown me this before? When you learn about the truth of salvation by grace, why hasn't somebody told me about this before? I'm not about grown adults. I'm talking about old people. Why hasn't somebody else told me? Why hasn't somebody shared with me the truth about salvation by grace? Well, that's all of our fault. There's so many people that don't know that truth. You teach them about the kingdom of heaven, and they understand the difference in eternal salvation and the kingdom of heaven, eternal heaven, and kingdom of heaven. And they learn the truth, and they say it to me over and over here often. Why hasn't somebody shown me this before? You understand what I'm talking about? It's because there aren't enough witnesses. When we leave here this week, the Lord willing, you're going to be better equipped to witness than you've ever been before. And I pray that when we leave here, that we're going to be witnessing to the honor and glory of God. That we're going to be set. That we're going to have the knowledge that we need. But that knowledge better not puff us up. We better have what Brother Clay was preaching about. You don't ever talk to anybody. You don't ever try to teach anybody. You don't ever try to witness to anybody and get up on your high horse. If you don't get down on your knees and you don't humble yourself, I'm talking about getting down humbly on your knees. If you're not humble when you start to talk to witness to somebody, you're wasting your time. Or you're going to have some argument. I just wanted to tell you about Donny Taylor. Donny's home with the Lord. He's so happy right now. He can talk. God could understand him a long time ago. And we could understand him when he was giving glory to God. May God help us all to be better witnesses every day. God is teaching us truth. God's showing us truth. Share it with others in love, in humility.